Welcome back to Phoenix Wright, Justice for All.
Or Melengard edition, I guess.
Objection! I see you're up now. Please wait, Your Honor.
Pick it, pick it.
Man, look at that lawyer.
He's still going at it.
It's like he doesn't care that he's trying to get a killer off the hook.
Yeah,
I was never so salty until the time Spider-Man didn't wash the dishes for me.
Ow.
Yes, that is.
I guess I did it.
That is correct.
This is starting to sound like a bad comic book plot.
Yeah, I guess I accidentally did bring some people from the Marvel Universe. In fact, I think there's a contradiction here. That being that the trial of Peter Parker took forever.
And it wasn't even a trial.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, honestly, have you seen how their courtroom acted? Puh.
Not to mention, the defense attorney in that trial is quite possibly the worst defense attorney ever.
Yeah, the most incompetent one. It was like the counterpart of Winston Payne.
Oh, I didn't think of it that way.
Yeah. I think this is me showing off that, yeah, you can present the other option. That's why I started here. Exactly. But I did think it was a bit strange. No one in their right mind would kill for a note without first knowing what it said.
So what do you have to say to that, Adrian Andrews?
Order! You make a valid point, Mr. Wright.
Again.
Indeed I do.
Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion?
Wait.
Feels deja vu-ish.
Ever get a feeling of deja vu? Probably nothing.
Just a flash, but I think
I
don't
don't
know
see
what
any
it
cats.
is. Unfortunately, I think he believes differently.
that was me showing off. It's one of those weird moments where they flash the life bar above you, but either option will lead you to this.
Okay, I get it.
So you
It's a
actually
neat
don't get
thing, though.
a punishment.
The defense seems to love with the defense seems to be in love with wishing despair upon itself. I would like to direct the court's attention to this. There is no
Major?
escaping your fate, Mr. Wright, despite what
What's that?
Terminator 2 may have had you think. It is a very small video camera, Your Honor. This type of camera is commonly used as a means of spying.
Or making vlogs for YouTube.
What the? I thought that spy camera was in my possession.
Phoenix, the court record is shared by both the defense and the prosecution.
Actually, Tio, if the crossover is anything to go by, technically the defense and prosecution have their own court records.
Yeah, they do. They do actually, too.
Matangard and the victim both thought of each other as their biggest rival.
Well, then,
They
can we have
even
Edgeworth
supposed
punished
to
for
this
stealing
type of
from
item.
our court record, then?
Well, remember, Edgeworth was the guy that accidentally forgot to update an autopsy report in the first game.
There's also
You're
the fact
starting
that
to look a bit like your father, Edgeworth.
there's also the fact that Gumshoe was the one who was, taking care of the shit with the camera and shit, so he might have told Edgeworth
And
about it.
Edgeworth himself didn't consider it important.
Order! Mr. Wright!
Yes, Your Honor?
You... Don't tell me you knew about your client's spying activities!
I get the feeling the judge is gonna have a heart attack any minute now.
Well, sort of.
You fucking idiot!
Jesus.
Wait,
Sort of
hold
is
it,
not
wait a
an
minute.
acceptable answer, Mr. Wright!
Okay, hold it, Your Honor. So you're telling me that when the prosecution conveniently forgets about details concerning their witnesses, all they get is just a slap on the wrist, yet when a defense attorney...
But you're defending the person, you fucking moron!
No one likes lawyers.
Yeah.
Even still,
Can
though,
somebody-
prosecutors only get a slap on the wrist for this sort of stuff. Of course.
Bailiff, please bring some Ritalin. The judge clearly needs it.
Last time, I searched the victim's house. on
Cue
pumps.
that someone needs
Using...
medication.
Oh, he used the bug sweeper. Gumshoe's
Oh.
bug sweeper.
Gumshoe's useful.
Yeah, he's been very useful this court case. By the way, Mr. Wright, the defendant's fingerprints were found on this camera.
Matangard's fingerprints were on there?
Why is it that Ace Attorney criminals are so dumb to not wear gloves?
Well, the
tech-
killer wore them, if I recall.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, more often than not, the killer does wear them. Oh, the court often runs on the assumption that killers are dumb enough to leave their fingerprints all over the
Cameras running
place.
All over the place, huh?
In other cases, the killer just uses something that the defendant normally touches. Anywho, it's fairly obvious that Marangada learned about it through this camera. He was watching the victim all along.
Dun,
That's
dun,
creepy.
dun.
And that's no good.
He got me good this time. I don't have anything to counter that.
Oh,
Because my
great.
client's guilty.
Hey,
Hey.
now what's that lower thinking?
Mommy, is that man the bad killer guy?
Shush! Stop! Don't look at him!
The way he's sweating is just so nasty.
He's sweating more than Lee Evans.
Okay, seriously. Who are these people?
Have you figured out what
Opposite
you're
sex.
going
Well,
to
no, you see, Teo.
Like, I know this is dystopian and shit, but come on.
You see,
Like
Teo.
you said,
In the
Jim.
Ace Attorney universe, courts are not just a matter of law. They're entertainment for people.
They're
here-
actually
Yeah.
considered,
So it's
spectator
kind of like the
sports.
Hunger Games.
As far as they're concerned, this is all a theater play or something.
Oh my god.
Oh, I think there's also some parts like where they're sort of treated as a spectator sport too. Especially in trials and situations.
Sorry, Joe, I have to mention this. Teo, just wait till we get to while I record the crossover, because in the crossover we actually have members from the attendants come onto the court. I'm not even kidding.
Wait, what?
Yes, we do.
Yep. Yep, that's right. Courtroom sort of becomes an international sport.
Okay. I mean, sure.
And let me remind you, Tio, these courtroom battles will also be used to
Well, but
save
then
the
ag-
world.
well, then
not
again,
once,
Teo-
but twice.
Well, then the main difference is that it takes place in the past.
Objection! You were talking in riddles throughout the entire game.
True. Well,
Yeah.
but there's the main difference.
Alright,
Teo.
I
Well,
think this time we finally understand everything.
to be fair,
All
Teo,
right,
there's
let's
a main
hold on
difference
to that.
where the trials in the crossover take place
Well,
in the
Mr. Rice,
medieval ages.
You
So
don't have any further
Wait,
objections, do you?
Okay. What is this piece of evidence that Mia is talking about? And why doesn't she just tell me? Her sister's life is on the line. Oh well. Can I figure out
Giving
what
straight
it is?
answers is boring.
No
I'm
objection.
the brain isn't reaching
I
her brain
object
because it's
to
too busy
regard
being on
Bane's
another
guilty
place.
sentence as he should. But I can't let that happen yet. Not yet. Mia said there's still something worth examining.
There sure
I'm
is.
taking advice from a dead person who's being channeled by an 8-year-old girl. If she thinks so, then even I have to force it. Of course. I have an objection, Your Honor. Oh,
yes.
I got this line coming up.
Oh.
That was about the weakest objection I've ever heard, Mr. Wright.
Actually,
That's
My
right.
objection's bigger than yours.
Objection!
My objection
Your
is quite
Honor!
the size
The
of
defense
yours.
has no intentions of letting this go so easily.
You know, it's kind of funny. Alice is borrowing my copy of Justice for All, and
You're beginning to sound.
like I
pessimist.
shouted object. I was on the phone to her, and I shouted objection, and the DS actually picked it up.
Oh boy, it's not the right statement. I hope it was on the right statement, otherwise she would have gotten a penalty.
Yeah, she told me I could shout it just to see if it worked, and it picked me up over the phone.
Neat. Oh, speaking of it, so you say that Alice is now an Ace Attorney fan? Did
Yeah, she
just
really likes it.
Oh, neat. Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that what I just said?
You were talking in riddles, Mia.
So you're telling me that I forgot something? You're so close, Mr. Edgeworth. But there's something you really should examine about this piece of evidence.
The badge.
The
By
badge.
the way, there's actually 2 pieces of evidence that you can present during this.
Are they both correct?
Take that!
That is Miss Impact's suicide note, right?
Who knows?
Is one Jover, is one choice better than the other?
In some cases, yes, that is the case. Like, there's some cases where one choice will get you down an easier path and another choice will get you down a harder path. I don't think that's the case with this one, I think. Well, actually, it may be the case with this one.
Okay.
Speaking of which, the handwriting on the suicide note has yet to be analyzed.
He's stalling off his ass so hard.
But he's doing it with style.
To be
So,
fair, this is the most legitimate stalling tactic he's used.
True.
yeah, amazing. He actually has to think like a lawyer in the one court case where he's working for someone who's actually
said-
guilty.
Like I said, Shiroi, I have a much better way of doing this.
Mr. Wright, you can't seriously be suggesting.
Mr. Wright, are you saying the suicide note is a fake?
Miss Andrews, you were the
are
one who
the
tried to put this
fake.
code on Mr. On guard.
If I were Edgeworth right now, I would object and say, Your Honor, Mr. Wright has wasted the court's time. Let's just... But then again, he's kind of
To be
helping
honest,
him.
this may be a legitimate complaint. Someone can actually have fabricated that piece of
I mean,
evidence.
Edgeworth is in
Objection!
this too. We need to remember that.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, Pedro, in this case, Phoenix is actually raising legitimate arguments, and the court does still want to be as pinpoint as perfect since they're running on a judge system. Anywho,
And they usually
There's
do
no
analyze
evidence.
handwriting, and if they haven't done it here, then that's a legitimate criticism to make. Even if it is
Objection!
bullshit.
But if this is a fake, then the witness is the only person who could have made it. What? Recall the witness's testimony concerning this figurine.
Yeah, she's the only one who knows how the puzzle works, so yeah, he has a point.
The only person other than the victim who could solve the puzzle is the witness herself. And there goes
Just a
Stop
broken
breaking
head.
my glasses!
So that's
Miss
like what?
Andrews-
So that's like what? 8 pairs now?
Picture 7. You wrote it so you could use it to frame Matt on guard.
I did no such thing.
Objection!
Your Honor, I demand that the bill for these glasses be sent to Phoenix Wright.
If you're going to pronounce this note as a fake, then show the court some evidence. Objection! Ha! Mr. Edgeworth, you were the one who presented this scrap of paper as evidence. Now take your responsibility. That means the burden of proof lies with you, the prosecution. Oh my god, we're actually doing this. Urgh!
That's enough!
The judge is not amused.
Mr. Edgeworth, can you confirm the handwriting on this suicide note?
Question, Your Honor, why the heck couldn't we have asked Manfred von Karma about him proving this sort of stuff? Anywho, it is as the defense has stated.
I don't know, but it's because he's
Just-
dead.
If that's the case, it seems that yet again we have reached a point where a verdict is impossible.
You haven't
Yay.
You don't remember,
Yay.
Mr. Wright. I am von Karma, and I am perfect.
Yeah, you're perfect.
I miss using my von Karma voice, actually.
Moody indeed.
Moody.
The judge is going to carry this trial over one more day. Ah, I hate that comic. I don't think Maya will physically be able to make it another day.
Oh no. We're
God,
screwed.
it's times like this
I
I wish
didn't
I
want
kept...
to have to do this, but I don't have a choice.
It's times like this I wish I kept the
I
phone
request
number
that both the prosecution and defense further investigate.
Handwriting analysis, my butt. That's just the lawyer trying to buy more time.
I'm going to
God is
guilty.
guilty.
Look. Oh,
Any idiot can tell you that.
I think
person
we
voiced by
reached the
three
end of the
people.
line.
indeed.
Like 3 these
Guilty! Guilty!
Guilty.
Guilty!
Guilty.
Guilty!
No, no, it's like,
Guilty.
oh god,
Guilty.
Jova, you should have used
Guilty.
that Goosebumps clip where the judge goes like, guilty, guilty,
Oh, good.
guilty.
Yeah, goody. I love this scene too.
Dun, 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 dun.
What does that sound?
You're not supposed to have your phones on in
Gumshoe.
court.
Beep.
Hello, Gumshoe?
Gumshoe.
Uh,
Oh no.
What is with him? What's with that sigh? Where's Maya? What happened to the killer?
You're shouting that,
I
Phoenix.
tell you,
People-
though.
Remember, he said if anybody else knew about this, he'd kill her.
he got away.
Well,
How?
fuck.
What?
Gumshoe, you. Ugh.
I'm sorry, pal, I really am. I don't know what to say besides I'm sorry. I wish for some make up to you, I truly do.
Anyway, what's going on?
What's going on there, Mr. Wright?
We found his hideout, pal. But, the 2 of them were already gone.
This is terrible.
Paddy!
I'm going to keep looking for them, pal. Don't you worry, I just need a little more time.
You know, you'd
Actually,
think
it's-
Mia would be a bit more emotional about the fact that this is her sister whose life's on the line, you know?
Don't tell me we don't have any more.
Don't worry, Shiroi, we'll have the ending of this case for that.
Guilty! Guilty! Guilty!
Guilty.
Well, actually,
Guilty,
it might run in the family because
guilty,
when Mia was
guilty,
killed, Maya was upset for like a day, and then after that, she was all giddy again.
Which is interesting because if we're thinking about Maya from the
Mr.
movie,
Right, I can't for us to come in this far and
which is interesting because if you think of the Maya from the Ace Attorney movie, where she's about as interesting as a wooden plank.
Oh wait, hold on. I love this part. What is it?
Maya has more personality than
Let me talk to
Mario has
Mr.
more
Edgeworth.
personality
Oh,
than
goody, and get ready, guys, for an awesome moment. I can't do that. He's on the other side of the courtroom from me.
Mr. Wright, would you please get a hold of yourself?
Yes, Your Honor. Hey,
I'm about to end today's proceedings. You may take your phone calls after.
no! Hold on, Your Honor. Here goes. Edgeworth! Catch! Take that!
Mr.
Throw the cell
Edgeworth.
phone to Edgeworth.
And the phone was just the image thrown onto
Please,
the
you
thing.
got
It's
to buy
Hong
us
Kong
some
97
time.
again.
No, it's quite simple, Dwibs. Like the movie showed, we can turn it into a hologram.
It's just the
Court is in
picture of it.
session.
They cut the borders out or
What?
anything.
It's the future, Dwibs.
Wow, how rude. You just hanged up on him.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. You were saying?
Mr. Wright, this is a court of law.
Sorry, Your Honor, but
No buts.
Well, we're fucked.
I am reluctant to do this, however. It appears that I have no choice but to suspend proceedings until tomorrow.
this time I really can't do anything. Phoenix's breakdown animation.
Is he just gonna burst out and say exactly what's going on?
Court is now adjourned for the day.
I think he may be tempted to.
Oh, Maya's screwed.
Objection!
Huh?
Please wait, Your Honor.
We just want to go home.
I want to go home, for fuck's sake, Edgeworth.
Edgeworth.
A poor judge cannot have his own
What
pizza.
is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
I humbly request another 30 minutes of Your Honor's time.
No.
Denied. Sit down.
I'm
Denied,
surprised
sit
his
down.
wife hasn't divorced him right now.
Script. We can perform the necessary tests on this piece of evidence in that time.
Can you really obtain your results in 30 minutes?
Yes.
I believe we can, Your Honor.
Yes, we can.
It's a lot simpler than a DNA test, so
But wouldn't
Yep.
it be better if we adjourned for today and then reconvene tomorrow?
no.
It would be cool to have the return of a fair trial day, but unfortunately the circumstances override it. 30 minutes. Please, Your Honor. That's all I'm asking for. Please, please, Your Honor.
Shut up! Very well. Gasp.
Yay.
At the prosecution's request, this court will now take a 30-minute recess. But be advised that I will not allow another recess today.
Oh
This
boy.
is our last
Well,
chance.
last ditch attempt. Okay.
I'm not sure if this is helping or hurting us.
It's buying you some time, Phoenix. Be
Court will now
fucking
take its
grateful.
final recess of the day.
Well, it's basically like this, Tio. Phoenix doesn't know whether or not the handwriting will actually be her handwriting, because if it is her handwriting,
Music still
the
going.
case is lost.
It's because
If
the
it isn't
tension
her
about Maya.
handwriting, though,
There's...
the court case will continue. Right. Well, what's going on with Maya's situation? To kill her. It looks like he got away.
Again.
You know, haven't they got police helicopters to sort of fly over and follow him?
Somehow he slipped under police barriers and he outran
Oh.
them. Report!
Oh, is that Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, he still has my phone. We don't have time. Just spit it out.
Right. It looks like we just missed them, sir.
Again?
We're having a chase here. But the killer left a few things behind by accident in his rush to get away.
Oh,
A few things.
did that include Maya?
Nope.
Nope.
Can we use any of them as evidence? Maya's evidence. Huh.
I thought you'd ask, pal.
Take that as a yes. Huh?
Can you get us to hear it? Can you get it
I
to
got the
us in
things
50
we
minutes
have
or
with me
less?
right now, and I'm on my way over.
Awesome.
All right.
Well,
Really?
These things are looking up now.
Yeah. Whew. That's odd. Any items like that are usually sent to the crime lab first. It's due procedure.
We don't have time to wait for those guys.
You didn't
sir.
analyze the handwriting on the note. We can get away with this.
And those guys weren't looking at what this stuff ran.
Well, he's technically not a detective, so he doesn't have to worry about being fired.
Well, I'm not a detective anymore, so I had to.
Your sister fired me.
I'm really sorry, sir, but I've got to put the law on hold for now.
Sounds bad. I hope he doesn't get in too much trouble over this. Another reason I like this turnabout, it gives everyone a perfect character
In my
moment.
hunk of junk car, I'd save the air in about 20 minutes, sir.
Alright.
All right.
Don't worry, I'll be there. Wait for me.
All right. That will be before the next trial starts. All right.
Alright, I guess
Just get here in one piece.
Well, as long as nothing
I'm on
goes
a
wrong, I
mission.
guess
No
we're
one
good.
can stop me now, sir. No one.
Awesome then.
No one can stop him.
I'm on a mission for God. I'm pulling out all the stops and running every red light.
Jesus
what
Christ.
could possibly
Be a
go
bit
wrong?
careful. Items
This'll-
left by the murderer, huh?
This won't go wrong.
Maybe there's something among them that will be decisive enough to end this.
Thought so.
Wow!
What the?
Out of.
Was that another earthquake?
No.
If it were an
That's what
earthquake,
he's not
Ezra
amused,
would
so
be
no.
pwned. Hey, what's wrong? Detective Gumshoe, answer me! Gumshoe?
No one can stop.
Gumshoe?
Gumshoe?
Gumshoe!
Dun, 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 dun,
Dun, dun,
What
dun.
happened? It sounded like he had an accident.
No, Dweebs, play the wasted thing.
I'm guessing his cell phone
Oh
broke as
well,
well.
we're fucked. Maya's dead. End of
What
end
was
of
he
game.
thinking?
Yeah, I guess. Well, I guess we'll have to just go there and try to pull something out of our
Got to
asses.
hurry and call for
Turnabout.
help.
Well, Shiroi, I guess we'll have to pull a turnabout Big Top and pull something out of our asses. It's our only choice.
No,
We're doing
Pedro.
that for this-
No, Pedro.
for
We're
this
going to
entire
pull.
trial, so.
Jova,
No, we're gonna pull-
Jova, come on, just I know, Jova, just roll with me, okay?
Pedro, I was going to build off of the joke. Trust
Okay.
me. I was saying, no, Pedro, we're going to pull a farewell my turnabout and actually pull stuff out of our butts, but do it with legitimate concerns. If
Either
we
way,
don't
we're pulling
get
things
the-
out of our ass. So.
Oh no, we have to get to the items before the police, because otherwise the police will go to possess them. No, we can't let them do that. Well, if there is a way we can find out where he is, then we stand a chance.
How,
But that could
how
be very
far was
hard.
the crash?
Why, oh why did Gumshoe have to get into an accident now?
If someone's so drunk he cannot drive, it's not my fault.
There is a way.
Aha, there is something. That's right, there is a way. What?
We just
How?
got to believe in ourselves.
Even better. I'm sure we can find out where Detective Gumshoe is through this. This.
You and your logic.
We can find it through this. This being, no, not Maya, not Pearl, not Tim. I got it. Take that. Why are you bringing up Franziska at a time like? Oh, I see.
The
Oh,
PP
boy.
thing, I guess.
Yeah.
I'll try to get in contact with her. The chances are slim, but she's all we have. So as one detective gets injured, the prosecutor finally gets out of the hospital. Franziska, will she even want to help us?
Yeah, that's a very good question.
I think she gives a shit.
Edgeworth.
Maybe if Edgeworth asks her, because Edgeworth is actually grew up with her and shit.
I don't have any right to judge anyone ever again.
Especially because you're the lawyer, not the judge.
I know my client is guilty. What I'm doing now,
It's your job.
I'm
Just
pinning the
saying.
guilt onto someone. Well, yeah, I mean, like, well, defending someone is his job, but pinning the guilt onto an innocent party now, that's where it kind of That's where you kind of cross the line. It might be my turn to say Defense Attorney Phoenix Wright chooses death. It doesn't suit someone like you to cry useless tears. Whether you do your job well or not, that can only be seen after the verdict has been decided.
That's very confusing and not helping at all, but thank you anyway.
Now, basically what he's telling him is like, well, Phoenix has to hold through for this, and then he himself judges whether or not he
Is
actually is
Prosecutor
worthy
Edgeworth
of
here?
it.
There's a phone call for you, sir. They said it was extremely urgent.
They're probably finished with the handwriting analysis. I have to go take this call. In the meantime, think hard about it, what it is you must do.
Alright.
To be continued.
Oh yeah,
But yeah, that was another riveting part. Tune in next time when we deal with the final trial.
See ya.
See ya.
See ya.